Hello, Las Vegas. I'm Mel Tiller, and you're listening to Keeping It 100 with Mel and Bruce, sponsored by the 100 Black Men of Las Vegas. What they see is what they'll be. My guest today is a very special guest, and he is bringing a lot of excitement to Las Vegas. His name is Corwin Anthony, and Corwin is the Chief Ambassador Officer of Athletes in Action and serves as the Executive Director of the Super Bowl breakfast. Corwin, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Mel. I'm excited to be here with you, brother.
I am so excited. We have the Super Bowl coming to Las Vegas for the very first time, and you are a part of all of those festivities. You are going to be hosting, and you're the executive director of the Super Bowl breakfast. Tell us about the Super Bowl breakfast.
Well, thank you, Mel. The Super Bowl breakfast started 35 years ago by Athletes in Action. Yes. And what we do is we feature the presentation of the Bart Starr Award. Now, yeah, I know you're a Packer fan, but some of your listeners may not have Chiefs on their heads right now. So
for those of you, listen, I was a longtime Packer fan, loved Bart Starr, loved Vince Lombardi, loved that whole attitude that they brought. I mean, it is all about winning, it's all about championships. So you could not find a better role model than the great Bart Starr. And I know that some of the younger folks may not remember him, may not remember his stellar career, may not remember what kind of character this guy had. But if you win a Bart Starr Award, that is certainly a great honor and saying something about you and your character. Tell us more about the award.
Yes, so we're looking for someone to name this award after. Bart's name rose to the surface really because of the reason you just stated. He was as great of a quarterback as he was, and he was just as great, if not a greater man, a greater person, a greater human. And everyone knew that about him, who played for him, who played against him. And so the Bart Starr Award is given to a current player who has demonstrated high character and integrity and leadership in their home first. So they got to be a great husband, a great father, faithful. Then on the field, amongst their teammates and amongst their other peers, their competitors. And then in the community, are they also demonstrating caring for the community? So it's a character-based award for a current NFL athlete who has demonstrated that throughout his career. And we're privileged.
That's something special. That's a really very, very high bar. Yeah. Give us an example of someone like that. I mean, who's won recently that we might know about?
Sure. Well, if your listeners go to SuperBowlBreakfast.com, they'll see all 5 names on the list, dating all the way back to Steve Largent, who was the first recipient of the award.
Yes.
Then Anthony Munoz, and then Mike Singletary. He was the third recipient of the award.
So
all the way up through, we got the Derek Brooks and Curtis Martin, Aeneas Williams. The Manning brothers won the award. Russell Wilson recently. Demario Davis, who's still playing for the Saints, linebacker. And last year, Kirk Cousins won the award. So it's a mixture of just, great men from all walks of life who are recognized because of the person they are off the field, not just on the field.
Now, you and I were talking, and you tell me that Tony Dungy is going to be greatly featured at this year's Super Bowl breakfast.
Yes, Tony actually comes just about every year. The only times he's missed is when NBC has the game and he's got a little something else to do on that weekend, calling the Super Bowl, right? But every other year he has attended, and he's been a part of celebrating the winner of that award. And since when Bart Starr Sr. became ill and then eventually passed away, Tony Dungy has been the one stepping in Bart Sr.'s place to give that award to that player. So he's the one who was welcoming the next recipient into that fraternity. So he'll be there. He's already committed. He's a great man. Wish we could give him the award too.
Yeah, yeah. He exemplifies all the things that you all are talking about. And Tony has been admired, not only for his ability to play and not only for his mind, because he certainly has a great, great, great football mind, won the Super Bowl as a coach, but just throughout the cities that he's been in, around the league, people just admire Tony as a man, as a human being. So you all could not have done better as choosing an ambassador for that award. Tony Dungy is a great, 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 great man. So talk to us a little bit about when that's going to happen and kind of describe what goes on during the Super Bowl breakfast.
Sure. So it will take place on Saturday, February the 10th, which is the day right before the Super Bowl. And it will take place at Caesar's Palace. We've been given or assigned to the Octavius Ballroom. It's a massive room. So we expect anywhere from 2,000 to 2,200 people attending this breakfast. And so what happens is the audience will come in, they'll experience an NFL sanctioned event. By the way, the breakfast, there are dozens of events that take place over Super Bowl weekend.
Yes.
Only 5 of them are formally sanctioned by the NFL, and our event is one of them.
Now that's special. So if I wanted to come, do I have to buy a ticket? Is it like open seating, first come, first serve? How does this work?
Sure. In September, our website to be able to purchase tables or individual tickets will go live. So superbowlbreakfast.com is where the audience can go to purchase tables or tickets. But we also have sponsorship opportunities. If you want to use your company's name to advertise, we have lots of different marketing opportunities and additional benefits packages, a VIP reception to get up and close to with Tony and the others on the program. So those benefits are for those who like to be sponsors, and they can just go to they can just email me. I think you're going to share my email address with everyone. Feel free to do that if they're interested in sponsoring or having their company sponsor the breakfast. So that's how they can find out. It's going to be
all great. Let's do that. Let's do that right now. Give us all of your contact information and tell us where we should go if we want to be sponsors, where we should go if we want tickets. Give us your contact information.
Sure. Well, thank you. So my name, Corwin.Anthony. Corwin is CORWIN. .Anthony at athletesinaction.org. So that's my email address. You can just email me and I'll get you connected to our sponsorship department. And if you want to attend the breakfast and just show up, buy tickets, buy tables, you can go to superbowlbreakfast.com, and in September the ticket sales will go live. But so yeah, just email me if you're interested or go to the website in September.
That is fantastic. Okay, so you've been doing this quite a while. You're the executive director. Tell me about a moment, your favorite moment during one of these breakfasts. Standout moment.
Oh, I have a dozen of them, but I'll tell I'll tell you one of my favorites. You know, when for the past 15 years, I served as the program coordinator for the breakfast. And this year is my first year as the executive director running everything.
Congratulations.
And, well, I'd rather you say, I'll pray for you, brother. It's a lot, but thank you, Mel. That just means I'm responsible for a whole lot more and the success of the program. But in 2006, we didn't plan for this, but that year Curtis Martin won the award.
Okay.
And that was the same year though that Coach Dungy lost his son to suicide.
Yes, I remember that.
So he was on the program and scheduled to speak on the program, and And of course, we reached out and we said, you know, Coach, we understand if you need to back out. And he said, you know, with what has happened, you know, I have an even greater platform to help someone. So keep me on the program. I'll be there. And so he shows up and the program begins. We have a lot of fun. There's lots of highlights and inside stories from these great athletes and coaches, and a lot of laughter. And but when Curtis Martin won the award and he shared his acceptance speech, he shared his story. And I hadn't heard this before. He grew up in a very violent neighborhood, right? And a very abusive household. I think he said he walked into the room and saw, I think it was his grandmother had been stabbed and was laying on the bed, died. And there was a lot of death around. He's talking about death all his life. He said he didn't think he would make it past 16 years old because his friends, everyone was being killed in some way, right?
Yes.
And so this, crazy as it sounds, the theme of death kind of came up because the next speaker was Tony Dungy, who talked about his sons, all three of his sons, but then he talked about the death of the one that passed away, and he used that story in such a powerful way to encourage and inspire and give some hope and some comfort to people who were facing tragic moments and experiences like that. And that's not something a program coordinator plans. You know?
Yeah,
I
can understand.
And there was not a dry eye in the room, Mel. I was sitting next to the Miami Dolphins team owner, Mr. Wayne Huizinga. He's passed away, and he was just in tears hearing this, and he was being encouraged through the tragedy in someone else's life and where they found hope and comfort and how that helped them. So that's one of my favorites. I have like dozens like those, but that's definitely a favorite of mine.
Well, listen, I want to thank you for bringing this exciting event to Las Vegas. I want to thank you for being a part of all of the Super Bowl hype, the Super Bowl week, and especially for spending some time with us this morning. What would you like to leave our listening audience with?
Well, you know, the breakfast is really an opportunity to bring friends, family members, co-workers to an NFL sanctioned event that's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. and you'll leave with more than just rubbing shoulders and seeing some of your sports heroes. You'll leave with a message implanted in your heart that's going to make a difference in your life as you go forward to try to be a better man or a better woman or a better young person. I'm loving the fact that we're working with 100 Black men to get all of your youth there and mentors there. So they're going to leave with something implanted in their hearts that they didn't expect, but it will be good, guaranteed.
Thank you so much for your time. We greatly appreciate it. Can't wait for that day. Can't wait for that week. Super Bowl is coming to Las Vegas. You heard it here. My name is Mel Tiller. We've been speaking with Corwin Anthony, and he is the executive director of the Super Bowl Breakfast. You've been listening to Keeping It 100 with Mel and Bruce, sponsored by the 100 Black Men of Las Vegas. What they see is what they'll be, and that's Keeping It 100.